Hey everyone, so Judy is now in theaters, and it is a film about Judy Garland arriving in London in the winter of 1968 to perform to a sold out crowd. This is a film that I was actually kind of anticipating because although I don't know too much about Judy Garland's life, I do know that it was kind of not a good journey after the events of The Wizard of Oz. That much I've known as someone that obviously has seen a lot of older movies and has had, a lot of history lessons in regards to Hollywood. That I knew, but I didn't know all the details. So I was hoping going to this movie that I would have a lot of details and little nuances that I would gain from the experience of seeing the great Judy Garland. Now, Judy Garland is played by Renee Zellweger, and I'm just going to say this right now. She's a good actress to begin with, but she is incredible as Judy Garland. I wouldn't be surprised if she got nominated for an Oscar because she's really good. I don't think she should win, but I do think personally that she is worthy. She's really, really good. Jessica Buckley is also in this movie, and Jessica Buckley, for those you don't know, she was in a movie called Wild Roses earlier this year, and it's kind of ironic because I feel like Wild Roses and Judy are very similar. They are both about a single mother who is essentially getting hit from every which way and has to somehow deal with her kids, get them to appreciate her as she's doing everything in her power to help them out and to try to be there for them, but overall end up failing. And I think it's interesting. I don't know if it was intentional, if maybe that's why they cast her, but it was interesting. I personally felt. A little side note. Rufus Sewell's in it, and Michael Gamblin's also in it. This is a good cast, and they all do a good job. Obviously, this is the Renee Zellweger show, and she's really good in it. And I do think also that you get a little bit of insight into Judy Garland's life, and I do think that how they portrayed her was very interesting. But I'm not going to lie, this movie hits a lot of, just okay check marks. There's nothing, spectacular other than the lead performance and the cast. And it's a shame, really, because I don't want to sit here and say, oh, it's a terrible, terrible movie, because that's not true. In terms of cinematography, production design, costume design, it's all passable. It's nothing spectacular by any means, at least to me personally, but it's passable. It gets the job done. As is the overall message or lack thereof of the film. It's passable. It's something that you forget the next day. But there is some stuff in this movie I will say that I thought was pretty terrible. For one, I thought the pacing was pretty bad, honestly. The movie is only an hour and 58 minutes, but it feels a lot longer. And it was kind of crazy because I am not going to lie, I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. I fell asleep for a couple minutes, as did a couple other members in the crowd. You could literally visually hear them snoring. I'm sure it was the case with me as well. But I'm saying this because it literally was so disjointed. I was kind of surprised at how disjointed it was and how it just was going through the motions. It was like paint by numbers for biopics. Remember Bohemian Rhapsody last year? Yeah, this movie's the same movie pretty much, except it's the Judy Garland version. I kid you not. Because literally, and again, I'm not spoiling the movie or anything, but literally it ends exactly the way Bohemian Rhapsody ends, where it's just like an overlong performance via music, and it's just kind of like, come on. And that's the thing, this movie has no originality to it. I understand it's based on a true story, but when you're telling a story, you want to have some pinpoints of where it's like, okay, this is like a new insight on material, or at least if you're having the ingredients of other biopics, at least kind of do it in a unique way. There are plenty of biopics that have done filmmaking in such a unique style, in a unique way, that becomes original feeling. But this movie, unfortunately, isn't that. It's very cookie cutter, and honestly, it was very frustrating because there's potential. You have a great cast. And it's also a shame because Tom Edge was the writer. And I looked him up, and I was like, oh my goodness, he did the TV show The Crown. And The Crown is very insightful. It's very well written. And that's why I was kind of surprised, because this movie, I felt like the writing was kind of shallow. And it's a shame because, again, when you're dealing with topics such as alcoholism, family, trauma, PTSD, that's all stuff that really is enriching if done well. And I feel like this movie didn't really do it well at all. And it's a shame, really, because it's like, come on, you're dealing with a lot of important stuff, and this is what you're doing. It stinks, and the film was meandering, and I really didn't like it. There were many reasons why I didn't like this movie. First, I was going to give it a passing rating, like a 3 out of 5, but then I was like, you know what? It doesn't deserve that, because, yeah, it has a good performance, but how many Oscar bait movies do we get per year where it's like a good performance and everything else is, eh. This is one of those movies, and unfortunately, there were even some stuff that were disappointing to me. A good performance doesn't make a good film. You know, again, it's good acting, but again, I feel like it was a very shallow adaptation of someone's life that was very cookie cutter, and overall just was meandering way too long. That's why, for me personally, I'll be giving Judy a 2.5 out of 5-star rating, which, no hot sauce rating. And honestly, that's generous of me giving that rating. Who knows, in a week from now, I might give it a 2 out of 5, but for now, 2.5 out of 5-star rating. But guys, what did you think of Judy? Did you guys like it? Did you not? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And yeah, I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts. Don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.